More FPL. Today it's time for my Gameweek 7 preview. In this video, I'll briefly review my Gameweek 6 score and provide an update for my mini-league before moving on to discuss the top 3 transfers in for each position so far this game week. I'll finish by outlining my specific plans for this game week and beyond. So let's review my Gameweek 6 score. I've had comfortably my worst week of the season so far, scoring just 45 points. The Man United game really hit my game week. Captain Cristiano Ronaldo blanked, Luke Shaw went off injured early after getting booked, and Mason Greenwood also blanked. There are also blanks for Robert Sanchez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ben White, and Said Benrahma. On the plus side, new signing Ismaila Sarr got a goal and was my highest scorer of the week, and Mo Salah, Diogo Jota, and Michail Antonio also got a goal apiece. Now let's take a look at my mini-league. I'm 10 points clear of Gareth Geddes, who got a similar score to me this week. He also captained Ronaldo and got similar returns elsewhere, apart from Rafinha instead of Sarr. James Leach had a much better week, getting 66 points, and is now just 5 points behind Gareth. He also had Rafinha, he captained Antonio, got a 2-goal return from Jamie Vardy, a goal from Raul Jimenez, and a clean sheet from Connor Cody. Now let's look at the top 3 transfers in so far this week, in each position. So let's talk about goalkeepers, starting with Edouard Mendy of Chelsea. Despite going down to Man City, they've been very solid defensively so far this season, conceding just 2 goals. They also have a very inviting next 5 fixtures to rack up some more clean sheets. Along with Ederson, he's probably the one to target if you want a premium goalkeeper. As mentioned in previous videos, this has never been a strategy of mine, personally. Next is Aaron Ramsdale of Arsenal. He's now started the last 3 matches and currently looks to be number 1 in a much improved Arsenal defence. There's always the worry that Bernd Leno comes back in at some point, but if not, he's a great option at 4.5 million, and they have pretty good fixtures. Last is Ben Foster of Watford. He's now started the last 2 matches and looks to be the budget option of choice after coming into the team against Norwich and with Daniel Bachmann now carrying an injury. Now let's talk about defenders, starting with Marcos Alonso and Antonio Rudiger of Chelsea, where Alonso has already gone up in price. The same as everything mentioned for Mendy applies, and I'll be targeting Alonso for attacking threat, and Rudiger because he's maybe more nailed and 0.3 million lower in price. Alonso has 1 goal and 1 assist so far, but could have had more. Rudiger has 1 goal, but only normally gets 1 or 2 per season. Last is João Cancelo of Man City, who's already gone up in price. He got a clean sheet, assist, and all 3 bonus points last week, matching his 12 points total from just a couple of weeks ago. City have the best defensive record in the league, conceding just 1 goal. Cancelo does seem fairly nailed on to start, as he can play as right or left back. Ruben Dias is probably still most nailed on, but Cancelo has greater attacking threat. He has 2 assists so far, but could have had more. They face Liverpool this week before a few kinder fixtures, but have shown they can shut out anyone. Now let's talk about midfielders, starting with Ismaila Sarr of Watford, who's already gone up in price. He now has 3 goals in his last 2 matches, and next up are Leeds, who have been one of the worst sides defensively so far. The fixtures do toughen up after that though, so I wouldn't be bringing him in now. Next is Said Benrahma of West Ham. He blanked this week, but has been the standout budget midfield option so far, and is probably still good value, even now he's risen to 6.5 million. It's 3 goals and 2 assists so far. I'm still a bit concerned about potential rotation around the Europa League, but let's see what happens. Last is Rafinha of Leeds. There was some doubt over his involvement this weekend, and he is still flagged currently, but he did play and score for the 2nd week running. Leeds have a sea of good upcoming fixtures all the way through to Gameweek 15, so he's a solid long-term buy, that will likely tick along with points most weeks, and is good value at 6.5 million. Finally, let's talk about forwards, starting with Mikel Antonio of West Ham. Another goal this week saw him remain as top point scoring forward ahead of Vardy. There are similar concerns to Ben Rama around Europa League rotation, but he still looks fantastic value, even at 7.9 million, and given they don't have a like-for-like replacement, they may save him for the league. Next is Romelu Lukaku of Chelsea, who's already gone up in price. He blanked this week, but does have 3 goals in 5 games so far. As mentioned, Chelsea's upcoming fixture run is very inviting, and it'll be a strong captaincy shout every week. The Blues don't really have a like-for-like replacement for him, so he should start most games. Last is Alain St-Maximin of Newcastle, who's already gone up in price. Another assist made it 2 goals and 3 assists so far, which is an impressive return for a budget-friendly 6.8 million, and he's only blanked once. Newcastle still have a few good fixtures before Chelsea in Gameweek 10. So now let's talk about my plans for this game week. Will I be making any transfers? I'm probably wildcarding in Gameweek 8 and have 1 free transfer to use this week with 1.2 million in the bank. Shaw is flagged and I'll be waiting for the results of his scan. Ayling is also flagged, but he'd only be on my bench, so I'm not too concerned about his start. I can afford to move him up to Rudiger though. Liverpool face Man City, and while I'm happy owning Trent and Salah, I don't like the triple up with Jota, particularly with Firmino coming off the bench in the last match, and Klopp often turning to him in the big games. Rafinha, if fit, looks like a good option for this week, with a home fixture against Watford. I'm hoping Greenwood will start 1 more game before I lose him on my wildcard. What about starting 11 and captaincy? My bench will be Scarlett last, Livramento second last as he's away at Chelsea, and Ayling if I still have him. For captaincy, I was thinking of Ronaldo, but given United's poor showing in the last match, I may need to rethink that, particularly with Fernandes taking the penalty, although the miss may mean Ronaldo gets the next one. Antonio against Brentford could be a good alternative, given the Bees conceded 3 against Liverpool, and even Sarr at Leeds. I'm still leaning towards Ronaldo, but that could change by Saturday. I'll post my transfers and final team selection on Twitter once they're done, so follow me at more_FPL for all updates. What are my longer term plans? As mentioned, I'll probably be wildcarding in Gameweek 8, so I'll have this week for a final look at potential players. I think I'm pretty set on a 4 million goalkeeper, Trent, Livramento, Brandon Williams, Salah, a 4.5 million midfielder, Lukaku and Antonio. Decisions to make are which 4.5 million goalkeeper, which City and Chelsea defender, which pre-budget midfielders, and which third striker. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please add your own thoughts and follow-up questions in the comments, and I'll try to get through as many as I can. If you made it to the very end, please destroy the like and subscribe buttons and notification bell to get more FPL.